Right, so here I am in Sands End in Fulham. I'm standing in Fulham Street, and even though the book is set in a fictional road called Gas Street, this is sort of basically where I've got in mind to set it, and just sort of get our bearings as to where we are. So this here is Imperial Road, and that runs from New Kings Road right down to Townmead Road. We get to the river, and then Townmead Road goes all the way up towards Wandsworth Bridge Road, and you do a left at Wandsworth Bridge, and you do a right to go to Wandsworth Bridge Road. Sound like I'm doing the bloody knowledge tonight. Yeah, anyway, so the Thames is there. Thames is here, over the other side, down there. And yes, so that's Imperial Road, which I do mention in the book. And I've set the novel in the fictional Gas Street. And this is sort of what, this is sort of what Gas Street would have looked like. I've got number 16 where all the murders take place as sort of a detached house. And then I've got like a sort of row of terraces up towards Bagley's Lane, and this is Bagley's Lane here. I don't know whether anyone's familiar with Fulham, but Bagley's Lane is the site of the coroner's office. Yeah, Axie, this is about a serial killer. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go and do a bit of filming in Imperial Road. But if you can see, like this here, this holding. That would have been two massive big yellow gas holders when the Imperial Gas Works was open. Because that features quite a lot in the book, and this is why this road, I've sort of fictionally called it Gas Street. The Imperial Gas Works feature quite heavily. I do a sort of like a potted history, and it started in 1824, the original site. And of course it closed down in about the early 70s when all the rest of the town gas manufacturing gas works would have closed down. When we started using northey gas, natural gas. Blimey, there's a plane roaring over there. We're right underneath the flight path to the descent into Heathrow here, so the planes are going to be a bit noisy. Yeah, Imperial Gas Works, and that was here right up until, like I say, the early 70s, and then they closed down all the gasworks around the country producing town gas, which is gas produced from burning coal, to using natural North Sea gas. And yeah, I mean the gasworks dominated the area for like some of the 1820s right up until the early 70s when it closed. And I got and do a little bit of filming in Sands End Lane after this, and that's where the entrance to the Imperial Gas Works was. I mean, I remember it. I worked on this area from the late 80s through the 90s right up to the mid 2000s, and I remember there were a few buildings. All the sort of gas producing plant was taken down, was gone, and all they had were like a few buildings dotted about. I think a couple of the buildings on that site are listed because one was built in the 1850s. So I'm sure some of the buildings are listed. And they'd rent them out to different companies, different offices and companies would go in there, and of course we had to go in there to work on their phones from time to time. But having said that, Fulham wasn't my area. My area was right over in Whitehall, Belgravia, Pimlico, that area. So very rarely did I work on this area. I did used to get sent down here from time to time to do all the crap I wanted to do, and all the elbows. So I did get sent in. I remember having to go and work on that Imperial Gas Works site, and it was horrible. I remember there were like pipes, there were big thick pipes everywhere that probably took transported the gas to different places on the site. They were still there, all falling apart, all rotted and rusted. And I remember the two yellow gas holders. Get out the road here, get one over. The two yellow gas holders that were at the end of the road, and they were all rusty because they stopped being used when they stopped the production of town gas. I don't know whether they'll use after. I know the one opposite where I live in Mitcham, that gas holder was used right up until quite recently. They took it down a couple of years ago, they demolished it, but it was used to store gas in, store natural gas. And they used to fill it up at night, so you could hear it at nights going up and down, rumbling. And I'm not too sure whether those two gas holders at the end of the road there, they might have been used to store natural gas, but they were definitely here all throughout the 90s and the early 2000s when I worked here. Because I used to drive home here every night. Every night I used to come down the King's Road or the Fulham Road, turn off, go down here, Imperial Road, Townmead Road, Wandsworth Bridge, and I used to go over Wandsworth Bridge and Trinity Road and drive home that way. Yeah, but okay, that's it. So this is sort of where I've set the fictional number 16 Gas Street, where Jones lives, and he carries out all these deeds, and they find all the bodies. Yeah, and this is like where Lucy and Wayne go to live in their lovely dream house. What can go wrong? Well, read the book and you'll find out. But anyway, yeah, that's Bagley's Lane there. Yeah, I'm just going to go around to Sands End Lane and do a little bit of filming there to the site, the entrance to the original gasworks. Not there anymore. They've knocked the whole lot down and it's all being developed as usual and built on. Guess what? High-end flats, what we all want. Okay, yeah, that's it. This is Fulham Street. Yeah, sort of Gas Street. Yeah. Okay, so this is Sands End Lane, and this would have been the entrance to the Imperial Gasworks. I think it's a dead end now, and as I say earlier, it's all been redeveloped. I mean, you can see here this, this crane here. It's all been and it all looked like this. It will all be like these soulless high-end yuppie flats, as I call them, going for like about $1 million each, something like that. Yeah. So that's just to show you that would have been the entrance to the Imperial Gasworks, and it would have spread like all of this site here, and where I was standing, Imperial Road runs like sort of down here, the other side of here. So that the whole gasworks site would have been between here and the Thames, here in the river. So it was a massive site. Yeah, it employed about 1,000 people at its height. I've driven up here today. I'm actually still sitting in the car because you have to be really careful parking around here. I'm sitting in the car and sort of filming this out the window. I mean, I didn't want to get public transport up here because it's a bit difficult to get to from where I live down in southwest London. It's a lot easier to drive. I know these roads really well. I used to drive around here over the years. I worked around here. And I used to come home this way every night. Yeah. This road here, leads up to King's Road, and I used to come off of King's Road because you can't go through the posh Chelsea Wharf. It's like a private road. They won't let you go through there. So you used to turn off down Lots Road, come down here, King's Road, and then I used to drive all the way here, come out in Imperial Road. Yeah, I mean, incidentally, I've set, like where Jones goes and picks up his victims, I've set him sort of picking them up in that stretch of road of the King's Road between Lots Road and here, like Edith Grove. He sort of selected his victims there, yeah. Yeah, so that's it. So that's Sands End Lane. That would have been the entrance to the gasworks. It's all gone. The only thing that's left are a couple of listed buildings that are on site that they've kept. But all the original gasworks, gone, and all the gas holders gone. I'll put up some original pictures of what it looked like, in its heyday, and a few of the gas holders. Yeah, okay, so that's it. That's where Jones worked, Imperial Gasworks. What was it? The fictional Gas Street, and that's it. It's Sands End, Fulham. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Okay, so I'm standing on the top of Waitrose car park in North End Road, Fulham, and we just gone and had something to eat somewhere, and I've looked through the footage, and there isn't really that much. It's such a shame I can't film North End Road. Unfortunately, it's the other sides of the shop there. Yeah, just doing a little bit of filling in. I'm showing you, this is Fulham rooftops. Yeah, it's 9th of October today, and it's like so warm. Apparently it's 24 degrees today. It's really, really warm. It's lovely. Pity we didn't get this weather back in the summer. You know, my kids were off school. Unfortunately not. But yeah, it's just a little bit of sort of filler here. I do mention North End Road because when the book first starts, Wayne and Lucy are living in Hammersmith, and she sort of like drives down North End Road and goes down Harwood Road and then out onto King's Road to get to Gas Street. So it's sort of a little bit of a filler. Let's see if I can see any landmarks somewhere here. To see the Empress building, but that's there, that's over there somewhere. Yeah, so North End Road like runs here, runs all the way to Lily Road, and I used to do a lot of work in Fulham Telephone Exchange. That's at the corner of Lily Road and North End Road. I worked there for a year, yeah, before I transferred to live to work near where I live. Yeah, yeah, and that's that out there, that is Charing Cross Hospital, that is, yeah, in Fulham Palace Road. That's what I recognise from here. As I say, this weren't my area. I was mostly over Whitehall, Mayfair, Gerrard, over that area, because I did government work. And once again, we're right underneath the flight path to Heathrow here, and they descend to land at Heathrow. So you've got planes roaring overhead every couple of minutes or so. Yeah, but yeah, this is sort of like the rooftops of Fulham. And I do actually mention Foxton's estate agents in Fulham Broadway, which has been the most sort of pretentious shop front I think I've ever seen, all full of sort of glass, neon lights and wine coolers full of bottles of wine, yeah. And I actually changed the name in the book and called it Flaxton's, because I don't really want to run down any trademarks and get any complaints for saying, oh, how dare you mention us, and because I sort of take the piss out of the estate agents, and yeah, I don't want any sort of how dare you take the piss out of our hard working estate agents, you know, and all this type of thing. So I've changed the name to Flaxton's, yeah. And that's it basically. That is my next novel I'm publishing, and it's called Gas Street, and it's a ghost story. Is it or isn't it? That's the whole point of the story is, you know, is she seeing a ghost or is she going mad? Got another plane roaring overhead. Yeah. And it's available once again on ebook, paperback, yeah. And it's a sort of departure from my normal genre. I normally do like historical fiction with a bit of romance thrown in. And this is a ghost story. Not that I believe in ghosts, because I think it's a lot of old bollocks, but I do love a good ghost story, especially at Christmas with the M.R. James. And I've read all the M.R. James stories, actually. I've read all of them, and fantastic. But I do love the BBC M.R. James ghost story adaptations from the 70s. Yeah, great stuff. It's part of my Christmas routine, is watching all those. Yeah, but I don't actually believe in them. That's it. And I've always had this sort of kernel of an idea festering away in my brain to do you know, a ghost story based on a serial killer. He's sort of based on Christie, who was like up in Notting Hill. I've actually worked where Rillington Place used to be. It's knocked down now. They built flats there called St Andrew's Square. I've actually worked in one of those flats, yeah. Yeah, it's based on him, Christie, sort of thing. But I've changed the names. I've changed the setting to Fulham because I know Fulham really well, and you know, that's where I've set it. Yeah, and that's it. And yeah, that's the end of the vlog for Gas Street. Yeah. Oh God, we've got another plane roaring overhead here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's it.